Today we're going to be running over a beginner's workout. All you'll need is a mat and a tennis ball, but if you don't have one, it's not compulsory. All right, so we're going to go through our warm-up. The first one, moving the shoulders. So you can turn to the side for me there, extending your arms out, and inhale, reach forward, and exhale, reach back. Inhale, reach forward, and exhale, reach back. Good. So in this movement, you're letting your shoulder blades slide forward and back across your rib cage, getting a nice stretch through your shoulders and connecting into your stabilizing muscles. Good. And if you can just turn to the back for us, and then you can see the shoulder blades pinching back and stretching apart, and pinching back and stretching apart. Let's do one more. And we're going to turn to face the front. Okay, arms down at the sides. Inhale, bring the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, slide them down. Inhale, up to the ears. Exhale, slide them down. Good. So getting a nice big motion. Try and go as high as you can and all the way down. Nice big stretch at the bottom. Good. And again, just mobilizing your shoulders and your neck and getting everything prepared for the workouts. And just one or two more. And just coming into a nice neutral position. And we're just going to be moving our head and neck now. So tilting the head over to the right and into neutral and over to the left and in neutral. And just keep going. And just making sure that as you tilt your head, just go to the left again, that you don't elevate your shoulders. So just maintain your shoulders in a horizontal position. And again, over. And one more to the left and over. Okay, next one is rotation. So rotate your head to the right, center, and to the left. And a similar principle as you turn your head to the right, make sure you don't shift your whole body. So you just isolate the head and the neck, and just do one more each side. And then once you've come back to the center, bring the head down towards the chin, neutral and halfway back. And if you can just turn to the side there, so all the way down again, neutral and halfway back. So if you can just show the incorrect way, going too far back is going to put pressure on your neck. So make sure you only go halfway back. Let's do one more of those. Yeah, good, all the way down, neutral and just halfway back. And facing the front again. And then our next one, just nice, easy spine rotations. So you're just letting your arms be very heavy and just warming up your spine and loosening out your shoulders. And just going for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and then pelvic tilt. So we want a side view again, turning to the side, slight bent knees, tuck the tailbone under, exhale, and arch the other way, inhale, good. So tuck under, exhale, and arch, inhale. So you'll see the curve of your lower back is going from a flat position into an arched position, yes. So as you're doing this movement now, start to activate the core muscles. If you're not sure of any of our terminology, you can look at our other introductory videos. So activating the core as you tuck under, releasing it, activating the core. That's it, nice. She's got very good movement here. And then one more, and then bring yourself into the center in between those two extreme ranges. And then we're facing the front. Ankle circle, so standing on one leg, hands on the rib-hip connections. And the reason for this is that you make sure your pelvic bones are the same height, and then circle your ankle for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse it. And also making sure that your leg doesn't sway around. So it's just isolating the ankle joint. And then the other side. Good, nice level pelvis, spine in neutral. Good, and reverse it, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and then if you have a tennis ball, place it between your ankles. If you don't, it's not a huge deal. All right, and then hands back on your rib-hip connection. So we inhale, exhale, rise up onto your toes. Inhale, slowly bring it back down and keep going like that. So if you do have the tennis ball, it's going to help you to keep your ankles in a safe position, because very often we roll out in the ankles and put too much weight on the outer section of the foot. So you want to imagine you have equal weight placement between the big toes and the baby toes as you do this exercise. Good. And then she's keeping a nice consistent speed going up and a consistent speed coming down, so you don't just crash down at the bottom. Good, and just going for 2 more calf raises. And 1 more. And bring it down and placing the small ball out the way. Okay, roll down. So you're now standing at the back of your mat. And feet underneath the sits bones, nice long line through the body. Inhale, exhale. First drop your chin to your chest so you stretch the back of your neck. And then vertebra by vertebra, you're gonna roll through your back. So flex the upper section, midsection, lower section. Your knees are slightly soft, and then you're hanging upside down, nice and heavy. And then just to make sure your neck has no tension, just rock your head side to side. Let the weight of your head just hang passively down. Okay, walking down onto all fours. Place your knees down under your hip joints and your hands under your shoulder blades. Okay, we're going to move the shoulders again forward and back. So as you inhale, lift up through your chest. That's nice. As you exhale, drop down through your chest. Inhale, lift up through the chest. And exhale, drop down. So again, the shoulder blades are sliding forward and back along the rib cage. And in this exercise, make sure that you don't round your upper back. So if you can just show us the incorrect way. Make sure you don't alter the position of your spine. Just stay in neutral and slightly lift your head. Yeah, so the head is in line with the body, hips, shoulder, ear, in a straight line when looking from the side. You can use a mirror if you're doing this on your own at home. That's it. And then 1 more time, forward and back, and you want to maintain your neutral position. So for Bear, she needs to lift up more through her chest, more. Yes, now you can see her shoulders and her chest are nice and flat on one even surface area. Okay, so from here going into push-ups, so taking your knees slightly back. The Pilates push-up is different because the elbows are traveling to the body, not out to the side. Lean your weight forward onto your arms, and now start off getting your chest lift. Yes, see if you can maintain this neutral position now. Inhale, doing a little push-up, bending your elbows. Exhale, extending up to the top. Good, and keep going. Right, so let's just emphasize this chest lift a bit more. Yes, that's what I want. And keep that going as you do your push-up. So even if you do less of a push-up and more chest lift, more, yes. So depending on your shoulders, you might need to emphasize that chest lift, or you might need to think about sliding your shoulders away from your ears, which she's doing that really nicely. Her shoulders are away from the ears, the neck is long. You can see that the spine stays on that long line throughout the movement. Good, just 1 or 2 more push-ups. And then coming up into your hip flexor stretch. So you're up on your knees, extending your right leg forward. Just leaning, yeah, that's it, and coming up through your body. And then bend your front leg. Good. So before we go into the stretch, it's very important we get our pelvic tilt. So we're going to tuck the tailbone underneath. Good. Let's show the incorrect way. Yeah, so arching is the incorrect way. Tucking under is the correct way. Maintain that now and then lunge forward. Good. And then you can either have your hands there, or if you're struggling to balance, you can keep your hands there. Then to increase your stretch, extend your left arm up, creating lots of length, and bending up and over towards your right side. Beautiful. So elongating along that whole left side of your body. Take a nice full breath. And exhale, pushing back and changing sides. Good. So extending the leg, getting into your pelvic tilt, and then traveling forward, maintaining the pelvic tilt. Extending your right arm up, create lots of length, up and over to the left side. Good. And then breathing into that stretch, as if you were directing your breath into the right side of your body. Inhale, and then as you exhale, gently press it back and then come down onto your tummy for your next exercise, diamond press. So for your diamond press, you take your elbows nice and wide and your hands together like a diamond shape, and then your thumbs are going to be just in front of your forehead, in line with the top of your hairline. So bring your head a little bit lower, just hovering your nose. Good, and widen out your shoulders and relax the elbows. Good. And then the feet are apart. Tuck the tailbone down, engage the core so you're in your pelvic tilt. Take a nice wide breath in. Exhale, start to lift your head and your chest. That's it. So it's a very subtle and small movement. Inhale, come down. And exhale, lifting head and chest. Perfect. Inhale, come down. So as a beginner, we just want to start to prepare the spine by isolating the upper section of the spine in extension, which is this movement we're doing now. We're extending the spine backwards, or arching the spine backwards. And we want to do this without compromising the lower back, without any stress or dipping down in the lower back. Good. The eye line stays down. So let's just do the incorrect way, lifting your chin too far forward and compressing the neck. Yes, that's nice. So just keeping the head in the extension line of the spine. And then going just for one more. And then resting down. From here, fold your arms underneath your forehead, resting your head on your forehead. That's nice. Shoulders are nice and wide and relaxed. Going into your pelvic tilt, engaging the core and bending just your right leg for me. That's it. Good. So maintain your right leg bent at 90 degrees. Maintain your pelvic tilt and squeeze your bum and see if you can just lift your right leg. So your right knee is gonna come up. Yeah, like that. And then bring it down. And again. So exhale, lift. And bring it down, keep going, and lift. Okay, so this is quite a challenging one because it's very tempting to arch the back and lose your back position here. So the movement of your leg, or the height of your leg, is quite small. Don't worry about not being able to lift up too high. Good. So we just want to try not to let the lower back dip down, even if that means that our leg doesn't come up very high. Okay, so we're strengthening the glutes, supporting the lower back, and just improving our hip extension here. The breathing is exhale on the way up, inhale on the way down. Just one or two more. And then releasing that leg down, changing sides. Bending your left leg to 90, get into your pelvic tilt, inhale, exhale, squeeze the glutes and lift the knee. And again, lift, good, and lift, and not letting that lower back dip down. Yeah. So really isolating, strengthening the glutes, minimizing the stress on the lower back. Checking that you're not tensing in your shoulders. Good. Very nice. Just doing 2 or 3 more. Your last one. Releasing down, and then use your arms to push yourself up onto your 4-point kneeling position again, onto hands and knees. Getting your knees under your hips, your hands under your shoulders. Okay, we're gonna go into our cat stretch. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, lift the abdominals round your back and tuck your head in. Okay, so we're gonna pause here for a second. So to get the most out of your stretch, try and drop your chin towards your chest, scoop the abdominals up deeper, squeeze the bum and tuck the tailbone down. Good. From there, tuck the toes underneath, inhale, and downward dog. We're gonna push back into downward dog. Nice, good, hold it there. If you struggle to get your back in a nice long position, you can bend your knees, just bend your knees just a little bit, and that'll help you to get your back nice and long in line with your arms. Check that your shoulders are wide, your head is heavy, your weight is transferring backwards. Inhale, exhale, come back down onto all fours, ready for one more cat. Inhale, exhale, scoop abdominals up, round your back, dropping the chin, curling the lower back. Inhale, tuck the toes. Exhale, downward dog. And back into a nice big stretch. Good. Press equally through the fingers and widen out those shoulders. Inhale and exhale, coming gently down and back into neutral spine. All right, and then from here, lying down on your side, bringing your arm underneath your ear. You can either bend the arm or extend it along underneath your ear, or place a small pillow underneath your head. Okay, from the top, if you were looking at yourself, you would see your body in a straight line. So getting your ear, shoulder, hip, knee in a straight line. The hand is in front, nice and light on the fingertips. And then from here, engage the core and scoop up through the abdominals, creating a small little gap under your waist. Okay, inhale, exhale, just lift your top leg up, working your hips, and go a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher, and inhale, coming down, and exhale, lifting up. Good. Just making sure that your pelvis stays stacked, your shoulder stays stacked, and you maintain the little gap underneath the waist throughout. A more challenging option is if you hover the bottom leg just off the floor and keep the top leg going up and down. Good. Exhale, lifting up. Inhale, coming down. So as a beginner, you'll be pressing down through your front hand quite a bit to help you balance. As you get stronger, try to lighten the hand as much as possible. So you just have the fingertips lightly touching, because as you get more advanced, that hand comes up into the air and we don't use the arm at all. Just going for one or two more, and then bringing your legs back down and together. Start by hovering the legs just off the floor. Inhale, exhale, bring both legs up together. Yes, and they won't go very high, that's normal. Inhale, hover down. Exhale, lifting up. Good. So again, keeping the pelvis stacked, keeping the shoulders stacked, and the gap in the waist. Good. So we're just going to move your feet slightly forward. Yeah, there. Nice. So now she's got her body in a straight line. If you start to feel your lower back is arching, or you're working too much into your back muscles, take your feet slightly forward, and that's going to help engage those oblique abdominals. Okay, finishing off one more here. Lightly come down, use your arm to push yourself up and changing sides, still facing the front. And just flipping the legs over, good. Everything on the other side. Get your body in a straight line, align your pelvis and your shoulders. So bring your top pelvis a bit forward, 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 and your shoulder a little bit back until everything is nice and straight. There we go. Creating the gap in the waist. Inhale, exhale, lift your top leg up. Inhale, hover down. Good. Make it a bit more challenging. Hover your bottom leg as well. Good. Inhale, come down. And that's up to you if you want the progression or not. See if you can maintain your position with nice light fingertips. Making sure that your shoulder isn't rolling forward. Yes, good. Very good. Making sure that we still have the gap in the waist. Yes, and 2 more. And your last one. And then just bringing your legs hovering just off the floor. Inhale, exhale, lift them both together. Inhale, hover down. Exhale, lifting up. Good. If your pelvis is completely stacked in neutral, the legs won't lift too high. So make sure that you're not rolling back like that in order to get your legs up high. So just keeping them stacked. Good. Very nice. Making sure that shoulder's still back. Yes. In line with your pelvis. Good. And just 1 or 2 more. Very good exercise for your waist and strengthening your lower back as well. And then using your arm, pushing yourself up and sitting at the front of your mat with your legs long extended. Okay, half roll back. So sitting nice and tall, extending your arms out. Inhale, exhale, draw your abdominals back towards your spine, round the lower back and roll off the sits bones just halfway down. Good, and pause. So make sure that in this position your legs are not lifting off the floor and then coming up all the way to the top. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, draw abdominals back. Initiate with your stomach muscles. Good. And inhale, coming back. Good, and keep going for me. So the legs, you can choose if you want them toes flexed or pointed, or legs squeezing together or slightly apart. So just see what feels good for you in your lower back. Thinking about rounding through the lower back section. And then going for 1 more and coming up into neutral. We're going to start to add rotations onto this exercise. So the rotations, you're just bending the one arm and turning your body. Center, inhale, other side, and rotation and center. Good, and keep going in that position. Yes. And rotate. So Beth is quite strong, she's going quite low. If that's too much for you, you can bring your body a little higher. 6, good. 7, 8. So you're aiming for about 10 repetitions or so. You can increase that as you get stronger. And then once you've done 10, save enough strength to roll down onto your back using those abdominal muscles and a little break lying down. Just let your body recover, take a few breaths. And then from there, bending the knees, bringing the feet flat for knee drops and placing the hands on rib-hip connections. So she's in her neutral pelvis. Her back is not completely flat or arched. There's just a nice natural back position here in neutral. And then we're going to be dropping the one knee to the side without the pelvis moving. So visualize a full glass of water resting on your lower abdominals. And as you move your legs, you don't want to spill your water. So let's just start with the left side. So inhale and then exhale, move your leg to the left. Yes, and pause there. So she's done that without moving her pelvis. So let's show the incorrect way. Like that. Okay, so you know you've spilt your water. And come back to center. Changing legs. Exhale, tilt out with the right. Good. Inhale slowly to center and change. Exhale. And it's not too far. If you feel that your pelvis is moving, then just stop at that point. Don't let the leg go any further. Yes. Inhale and exhale out to the side. So make sure that you've definitely got your core muscles switched on, especially the pelvic floor. That's going to help stabilize. Good, and one more each side. And one more on that left side. So if you start to feel this becomes quite easy, we're going to add a progression. So fold one leg into tabletop. Inhale, exhale, move that right leg out to the right side. Just the right leg. Other side? Just the right leg, yeah. Yes. Inhale to center and repeat. So now the leg is up. It's a little bit more challenging. It's more weight. It's more weight to load onto the abdominal muscles. Good. Making sure that your left knee also doesn't move. So as that goes out, make sure this doesn't shift around. So this is another glass of water on your left knee. And just one more on that side. And bringing the leg back down, changing sides. Inhale to prepare, engage the core, exhale, tilting out to the side. Inhale, center, exhale, out to the side. Yeah, that's a good one, yes. So as soon as you feel that pelvis tilting, just decrease your range of motion in your leg. Good. Really great for strengthening those abdominal muscles and supporting the lower back. And then just one more on that side, and lightly placing your left leg down, ready for pelvic curls. The pelvic curl, you start with your pelvic tilt. So tilt the lower back down using your abdominals and stay there. And now squeeze your buttocks muscles and tilt the tailbone just off the mat. Let's stop there. Yeah. So that's the first part, getting the curl in the back and getting the bum up off the mat, squeezing the buttocks muscles and grounding your feet. And then just gently uncurl it back down onto the mat and release it. All the way back to neutral. Inhale, exhale, pelvic tilt. Squeeze the buttocks, up we go, lift the tailbone, and now go a little higher through your back. That's it. Inhale, exhale, come down, vertebra by vertebra, visualizing your spine like a string of pearls. So it's one vertebra at a time. So curling, peeling off, bone by bone by bone, pausing there, coming back down in the reverse. So it's upper section, midsection, lower section, and tailbone. Yes. Inhale, exhale, start at the base of the spine, vertebra by vertebra by vertebra. Inhale there, exhale, top of the spine, reverse the action, and release. So one or two more. So what you want to achieve is a really nice smooth motion, like your spine is a nice well lubricated bicycle chain. You want each section to be nice and smooth in terms of the movements. That's it. And it takes a little bit of practice to get that right. Okay, coming back down, hamstring stretches. You're going to hug the right knee to your chest, left leg going down. Good. Relax the left leg down, grab the back of your right leg and extend the leg up. So Beth is quite flexible. If you're struggling with this, you can place your hands down on your thigh, which makes it a bit easier, and slightly bend your knee. So depending on your flexibility, if it is possible, hold onto your calf, extend the back of the knee and pull down. Make sure you're not creating tension in your neck and your shoulders. Nice deep breath in. Exhale and releasing that leg to the other side. Good. And extending your left leg up. Breathing into the stretch. The main sensation that you want to feel here is on the back of the thigh between the knee and the sitting bone. Okay, if you're feeling the stretch too high up, just slightly bend your knee. One more deep breath, and then exhale, bend your knee, and both legs come into tabletop now, hands on your rib hip connections. And then if you can, straighten your legs vertically up over your pelvis. So that's it, yeah. If you can't straighten your legs, that's fine, just keep them slightly bent, like that. But Beth, you're all good there. Okay, so engaging the core, inhale, exhale, scissor one leg slightly down, and let's stop there. Okay, so at this point, we still have the back in a good position. We haven't arched the back off the mat. Inhale, come back up, changing sides. Exhale, extend the other leg. If your back is lifting off the floor, then don't take the leg too low. Okay, inhale, exhale, and scissor. And scissor, good. So just moving in the natural rhythm of your breath at your own pace. Okay, very good for your lower abdominal muscles and the legs. And just going for 4 more. 3. Just doing this really nicely. 2. And 1. And then bending the legs, bring the legs back down onto the floor. That's it. And then from there, arms down at your sides for chest lifts. So just hovering your arms just off the floor next to your pelvis, a little closer to your body. That's it. Okay, next one, chest lifts. Keep your head on the mat and just drop the chin slightly down to your body. Okay, that's going to prepare your neck muscles and protect your neck from straining. Engage the core and exhale, lift up through the head and the chest, looking through the knees now. So curling forward for me into like a crunch, that's it. And eye line through the knees, good. Let's stop there. In this position, check that you haven't tensed up in your thigh muscles and jammed your lower back down to the floor. So maintaining neutral as she is, this is beautiful. Inhale, exhale, lengthen back down through your neck and release. Okay, so head stays on the floor, slightly nod the chin. Inhale, exhale, flex up through head and chest until your shoulder blades come off the mat. Inhale, exhale, release. Okay, head stays on the floor. Yes, perfect. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, stay there. Exhale, lengthen down. Inhale, nod chin. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, exhale, stay down. Good. Keep going in your own rhythm now. Good. Make sure that the thigh muscles are staying soft. That's it, yes. So when you maintain that position, you are strengthening your lower abdominal muscles a lot more effectively than if you're jamming your back down, and that creates pressure on your back. Okay, if you feel any strain in the neck, just place one hand behind the head or both hands behind the head like that. Try and relax the weight of the head into the hands so that you can now isolate your abdominal muscles. Good. You can see how the distance between the lower ribs and the pelvis becomes shorter as you come up. That's it, and then it lengthens as you come down. Let's do our last one. And then we're going to move on to obliques. So coming down, taking the hands and crossing them over each other like that, extending them in the air. Perfect. Okay, so again, always start with that slight chin nod. Inhale, exhale, lift the head and shoulders into the chest lift. And now from there, we're going to rotate side to side. So exhale, lift up and rotate to one side. Inhale, come back to center and stay lifted. Yes, other side. Up and over. Inhale to center. Good. So as you're doing this, try to get your knees absolutely still, no movement there. And the same thing with the pelvis, so no rotation or tilting in your pelvis. So you're just isolating the movement through the mid to upper section of your back. Very good, much better. And going for 4 and 3 and 2. If you do feel your knees are flapping around, place the small ball back between your knees. And 1, last one. Back to the center, extra little lift and coming down with control, not just collapsing down. Okay, we'll finish off with a lower back stretch. So we're gonna just hug the right knee towards your chest, left leg down. Good. Let your foot rest onto your left knee. Now, yeah. Take your right arm out to the floor and rest it there and pull your knee across to the floor. So your hip is going to come up now, that's it, and you're going to let your knee go right towards the floor, keeping your right shoulder down and turning your head to the right side, other way. That's it, yeah. And pulling that knee and pulling that knee, getting a beautiful lower back stretch. Nice wide breath. Exhale, engage your core, coming back to the center, changing sides. Hugging your left knee, placing the foot down onto the leg, open the left arm, pull the knee across. Nice, let your hip come off, or the one side of your back comes off the floor. And pull the knee as low as you can. Keep going to the floor. Good. Nice wide breath into your back. Exhale, engage your core and come back to the center. And that completes our workout. Thanks for watching.